Good morning. Welcome to this month's edition of the Hello Woodlands Nonprofit of the Month Highlight. Hi, good morning. I'm Randy Lovelace with Paragon Independent Insurance, and I'm here with a very special lady, uh, Beasley, and she is with a nonprofit called uh, Journey Home. And that's such a cool name, Journey Home. And so I'm going to let Billie come on and talk about Journey Home. And I'd like to know, how'd you come up with the name? What is Journey Home? And if you, in case you don't say, I've got another question for you. So, Billie, welcome and thank you for being here. And tell us about Journey Home.
Thank you so much for having me on Hello Woodlands. I want to tell you about the name because we got our name. My husband and I were visiting a church, and the pastor at that church started he was praying for a different church. And I was like, oh, that's different. Haven't heard that before. And he started praying for a place called Journey Church. And I nudged my husband. I said, I think we're supposed to go there. And on the way home, he said, I think we're where we're supposed to be. And so I just had this light bulb go off in my head and felt the Lord say, you asked me for a name. So I just said, because I was just at the beginning of starting the nonprofit, so I said, Journey Home, Journey Home. That's what we want them to do. We want these young ladies to journey home. So
That's cool. Well, what is Journey Home? What is it? What do
Journey
you do?
Home is a maternity home, and we take in young ladies that are anywhere from age 18 to 24 who need a place to stay while they're pregnant, and even for up to 6 months and possibly longer afterwards. We are a place that they can come to find safety, to find. We help them with their educational needs. We help them with finding a job. We help them with different things to help them get on their feet.
Hmm. Well, Billie, you're obviously very passionate about this organization, the mission that you have. Um, how did you become led to start this?
Well, for 15 years, I worked for a pregnancy care center, and for 22 years, I did ministry in a juvenile detention center. And through those years, met so many young ladies who were pregnant and didn't have a safe place to stay. And it hit home with me because at 17, I was also in that situation and I didn't have a place to stay. I had a job. I was working at a nursing home in Northern Kentucky, and I was accepted into NKU. I was living in an apartment with 3 other girls, doing good, and then found myself pregnant, and I got fired from my job. I thought, as a youngster, I thought I got fired because I couldn't lift anymore. I realized later in life, I was like, oh my goodness, I got fired because I was pregnant and not married. I mean, that's what I think. But so, at that point, I had to make a choice to move back into an abusive situation with family, or to go and live with a lady who was dying of cancer and help take care of her and earn $40 a week while doing so. And I chose to live with the lady and take care of her. This lady just so happened to be very mean, and so I would cry myself to sleep every night. But at the end of the week, I would take that $40 and put it in a drawer and make sure I was going to have what I needed for my child. I didn't even know what I needed. I mean, I was 17. I was going to buy a baby bed and, maybe, I don't even think back then, a car seat. But, I don't know where I thought I was going to put them because I didn't have a safe place to live. So I've wondered all these years how different it might have been if I had had a place like Journey Home to go to.
Yeah.
So that's my inspiration.
Maybe you needed to go through the journey to learn
Hmm.
how to help
You
others.
know, I believe it. I believe you're right,
Mm,
and I will certainly use it with all my might.
awesome. Now, how do the young women, the young ladies, find you? How do they contact you?
Well, in what I did before working with a pregnancy center, I was connected with a lot of different organizations. And so we're actually on a national hotline. We are we work with other pregnancy centers, other maternity homes, with uh, adoption agencies. So we get calls from all over, and we also get messages through our website.
Awesome. Awesome. When did y'all open? How long have you been going?
Well, we actually were incorporated in April of 2019, and by August we had our 501c3. And it's kind of awesome because, you know, a term of a pregnancy is 40 weeks. Well, 40 weeks from the beginning of April to the next January, which is when we actually opened up. We opened up in January 2020, which, as you know, was um, right before COVID, right before we started hearing the words COVID. Me, anyway.
Yeah.
It kind of
Any ideas to how many women in those age brackets there that are in need and do need your help within the community within the Montgomery County? Are there any statistics on that?
Well, here's the thing. In Montgomery County, there's not a maternity home. And there are many young women who need a place to stay. I mean, you've got kids that are aging out of foster care that don't have a family. So if they're in college, and we've had this situation where I'm in college and now I'm pregnant and I can't work and I need to finish school and I need a place to stay. You know, so we've got those situations. Journey home is so needed in our community because there are a lot of young women out there who are in the same situation that I was in, and they need a safe, comfortable environment to carry their child and to deliver their child.
Yeah.
And they need, you know, this is a generation that we can help get on the right track to where they can have the, you know, um, we have parental training, so we've got volunteers that come in and teach parenting classes, and so these young women can learn how to parent their child.
Wow. Parenting classes, are there, what other type of education or things do y'all have for the young ladies once they have their child?
Well, like I said, we do have the parenting classes, and so they're required to do parenting classes when they come in. They're required to, we help them find secure childcare. We help them find jobs. They learn about themselves and how they're loved by their creator, because that's a really important thing with these young women coming in, is that they need to understand that they're valuable, you know,
Yeah.
and they have purpose and they have meaning here in this life. And so um, so we have many different volunteers that come in. We have licensed professional counselors that will come in and speak to them and just help them with coping skills.
So,
And then if they need individual care, then they can see a counselor for that also.
yeah, yeah. How can Montgomery County help y'all out? What are your needs?
There are basically three ways that I know there's probably many, but there's three very important ways to help us out. And one is, number one, please pray for us. Pray for our house parents, um, because we need we need to have the love and the grace with these young ladies, because they may not have the skills to communicate like we have. They, you know, and so we need to have grace for that. We need prayers for support from the community, financial support. We need prayers for volunteers to come in. We need a prayer covering. And so with that, we also need the volunteers that will be mentors, that will be, you know, because we want to set each young woman up with a mentor so that they can make sure she gets her license, that she gets her birth certificate, all those things that we need to be stable, you know, and in society. And another way that we can help as a community is to give financially. When we get monthly donations, when we get people that will give monthly, commit monthly, then we can sustain the bills that we have. If you can imagine what it takes to run your household, imagine for a minute with me what it takes to run a household with 5 pregnant women. And
Mhm.
some of them come in with toddlers, so we get very full here.
Yeah.
It does take quite a bit to run that.
Can
And
you can you sign up on your website online to um, uh, set up a monthly donation?
there are places on our Facebook page, Journey Home TX, and they're on journeyhometx.org. So it's Journey Home Texas, basically TX. And we have places that you can give through there. We also have events that are coming up, and you can find out about those events. You'll see things posted on Facebook. Um, we have a dinner coming up. We do a Thanksgiving dinner. We started last year, and our first one, we called it an annual Thanksgiving dinner. Of course, we have COVID, so we're waiting to see how that kind of plays out, but we're still planning to have our Thanksgiving dinner here in Montgomery County. And we're looking at having a golf tournament in the spring, so that we can get some, I know there's women golfers out here in Montgomery County, but there's also a lot of men that, we need men to stand behind this organization and realize, because a lot of these men realize it takes these godly fathers to be an example also to these young women. But
Exactly.
we do have an event also later in the spring that's going to be bowling, and it will involve a lot of our youth in Montgomery County. So,
Great. You have a really wonderful organization. Like I said before, it's obvious that you're passionate about it. It comes from the heart, and I think that once the area and our community hears about you, they're going to be passionate about it as well. It's such an
thank you.
important mission, and something that we all need to step up and help out on, because those young ladies and those their kids are our future.
Right,
So we need to get
exactly.
them on the right track and everything. So. Uh, Billie, I appreciate you being part of this, and being on the nonprofit of the month highlight, or being the highlight this month. And you're definitely a highlight to the community in what you're doing.
Thank you
So
so much. Thank you so much for having me on here.
absolutely. Well, again, my name is Randy Lovelace, Paragon Independent Insurance. Thank you to Billie Beasley with Journey Home for being the Hello Woodlands nonprofit of the month. See you next time. Thank y'all so much. Bye-bye.